The 2021 NBA Finals matchup is set. Considering all the super teams in both conferences, it is somewhat unexpected. After James Harden got traded to Brooklyn, you figured out that the Nets would probably be in the finals representing the East. Philadelphia seemed like the next logical choice, and at best, Milwaukee was your third pick. Well, the third best East team from the regular season did make the NBA Finals. The Bucks' road to the finals started off easy, as in the first round they dismantled the last year's finalists Miami Heat in just 4 games. The second round was the stage they were supposed to be eliminated, as they were facing off against the favorites, the Brooklyn Nets. An injury to James Harden, an injury to Kyrie Irving, so not without some injury help they managed to beat the Nets in 7 games and move on to the conference finals. The final hurdle before the NBA Finals was the Atlanta Hawks team, a young, up-and-coming squad who similarly had beaten favorites to get to this spot. It all started with a loss at home thanks to Trae Young's 48-point explosion. Then, the Bucks got their groove back and took a 2-1 lead in the series. After Giannis' injury in Game 4, the Hawks ran away with the rest of the game, so at a 2-2 series tie and both teams' best players injured, the series suddenly became a toss-up. In the end, even without Giannis, Milwaukee was the better team. They won a game at home and on the road to clinch the series in 6 games. Milwaukee will be participating in their first NBA Finals in almost 50 years. As for the Suns, in the first round of the playoffs they eliminated the defending champions Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games. Yes, the Lakers stars were injured and hobbled, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they were the better team in the series. Then, what was supposed to be a long and grueling series against the Denver Nuggets actually turned out to be a regular 4-game sweep. Denver was playing without Jamal Murray and Jokic was the only player who really stepped up in that series from the Denver side. That wasn't enough. 4 games and the Suns go to the conference finals, where they would have to face another LA team, the Clippers. And the Clippers were without their biggest star as well, Kawhi Leonard. Just before the finals, Chris Paul had to enter the COVID protocols and ended up missing the first 2 games of the series. Phoenix won those 2 games. Paul returned to the Game 3 loss in LA but helped Phoenix to win Game 4. A 3-1 series lead was taken back home where they couldn't close out the series and Game 6 was happening back in LA. Chris Paul was magnificent, and for the second time this postseason they eliminated an LA team in LA. The Suns went back to the NBA Finals for the first time in almost 30 years. So now we have 2 teams that kinda shouldn't have been here in the beginning of the season, but that's what makes it more interesting. The Suns won both regular season games against the Bucks, but it was super close. Both games were won by 1 point. It seems like the Phoenix Suns are healthy. You can't say the same thing about the Bucks. Their best player Giannis missed the last 2 games of the conference finals because of a hyperextended knee. There were reports that Giannis would be available for Game 7 if that was necessary, so that should indicate that he's pretty close to his return. But was he ready to play just in case, or has he really recovered from his injury? We'll see that soon enough as the finals starts in 2 days, and his health will be a major factor in the series. The Bucks looked very good without Giannis. I mean, they won the Eastern Conference Finals without him. But you need every player that can help, and a 2-time MVP definitely can help. If Giannis is limited or even if he's healthy in late game situations, the Bucks will look for Chris Middleton. In big games, elimination games, or taking a lead in the series type of games, Middleton has been spectacular, and he is the team's closer. Considering that both regular season games were so close, I expect the games in this series to be quite close as well, and if they are, Middleton will have to be that guy again. His problem has been consistency. So far, in big games, he's been consistent. We'll see how he does in the series. As for Phoenix, all eyes should be on Chris Paul. Not only, in my opinion, he's been their best player this postseason, but also this will be his first NBA Finals. At 36 years old, such opportunities might not come often anymore, so we'll see how he will play in his first chance to win the NBA championship. Before this postseason, CP3 had multiple bad moments over his postseason career. Late game struggles, elimination game struggles, injuries, bad luck. It seems like all of that has been washed away, and the one thing that remains is a happy ending. Jrue Holiday will have that daunting task of guarding CP3 and the Bucks will need some offense from him as well. So Holiday will be one of the keys in the series. He's a former All-Star himself, so it should be a good one. This matchup could be the series decider. And let's not forget the other All-Star on the Suns, Devin Booker. In his first ever postseason, he played all the way to the NBA Finals. He's the Suns' best scorer. His numbers from the distance aren't great, but he still is every bit as dangerous as he has been throughout his career. The Bucks have some defenders to throw at him, but can they really maintain him? I think not. DeAndre Ayton, if Giannis is healthy, most likely will have to be that defensive force in the paint. I mean, after all, that's the way he plays. On offense, look for many assists from CP3. He should play the way Brook Lopez played against the Hawks in Game 5, in the paint. At this point, Ayton is a superior player, but who will really use their length to their advantage? I think DeAndre does it better. DeAndre Ayton has been just awesome this postseason. As for other players, both teams have some valuable pieces coming off the bench. Bobby Portis, even though he's been the starter now replacing Giannis, has been awesome for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton, Jeff T have had their moments, but I just look at the Suns and their rotation seems deeper. They haven't really used it as much since the starters have been balling, but I think Phoenix has more options to go to if some of the starters don't work out. Overall, this should be a great series. It's the 2021 NBA Finals, and I think this Cinderella run will have a happy ending. Chris Paul will win his first NBA championship. Finally, I'm taking the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. After all, Phoenix likes to win the series on the road. What do you think, guys? Who wins the 2021 NBA championship? Who's the MVP? Who disappoints? Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like for the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.